For this month, Ryan requested me on Patreon to review the South Korean animated film Bling. Why is it called that? Because it's about this hero and villain trying to propose and spend the whole movie chasing after their engagement rings. I guess Lord of the Rings was already taken, so sure, why not? The movie did have quite the curious distribution model for its North American release date. It did not open first in theaters, nor on a streaming service. Nope, instead the entire film was first feasted on the American public for free on Google. With that sort of unusual pedigree, how does the film itself fare? Not very well. The main fault of Bling is the editing, which is completely haphazard and with no sort of flow whatsoever. For the first 10 minutes, I was mostly lost because the film kept awkwardly jumping around and with no transition between scenes. I mean, there's the hero who works at a theme park where he builds robots and they put on shows for the guests, and the villain who wants to take over the city and is famous for continually trying to do this, but he mostly just wants to marry this rich lady. The movie is throwing so much at you. This is one of those animated films that does not attempt to slow down. There are so many action scenes of characters zipping across the screen, and it's hard to care because I was never invested in any of the characters and their primary goals. Is the movie funny at least? Nope. It certainly tries very hard to gain a laugh, but nothing stuck. So much of the film is based around misunderstandings, and this sort of comedy of errors could be done well with the proper execution, but nothing lands. Oh, and one of the robots is a pig who is always farting. That's the joke they keep repeating, hoping the 40th time they do it will produce a giggle. It does not. I think the only character I was able to tolerate was the monkey robot. I'm not saying he's a great and memorable personality or anything, but he was the only one I would have been okay with the filmmakers giving more screen time to. I will say the animation is passable, hardly anything groundbreaking, but the folks at DigiArt Animation did try to make something visually appealing. The character designs are similarly passable, although I found the robots stood out far more than the humans did. However, despite this being an American-South Korean co-production, the lip sync is rather off. This was, unsurprisingly, distracting. What blew my mind was the strange grab bag of actors who signed on for this film. You have Taylor Kitsch as the main protagonist, Sam, and while I've liked Kitsch in other roles, he is really miscast here. Sam is obviously meant to be goofy and klutzy, and Kitsch's style of acting just does not fit. Then you have the rest of the ensemble, consisting of Jeanette McCurdy, Jason Mewes, Carla Gugino, James Woods, Jon Heder, and Tom Green. Okay, it's not too unusual to hear Jon Heder in an animated voiceover role, but Tom Green? While the movie is, I guess, a romance, the two leads lack any sort of chemistry. Even though the entire premise centers on Sam trying to propose to Sue, they actually don't share that much screen time together. The first scene shows them as children, and then we're supposed to be invested in these two marrying several years later. It also does not help that they don't give Sue all that much personality. We mostly just know she's a television reporter, and they don't develop her too much beyond wanting Sam to marry her. So it becomes hard to care about the central conflict. Also, something I just realized. The main characters are a goofy inventor with a monkey companion and a blonde-haired television reporter. Sound familiar? So Bling is more or less Cloudy with a Chance meatballs without the humor, and the charm, and the creativity. I do feel bad bashing this film so much. Like any animated film, you can tell a lot of effort was put into the production. I just wish the film would have slowed down at points and let us truly get to know the characters. It would have made getting invested in the story a little easier. Anyway, thank you to Ryan for the request, and if you've seen Bling, let me know what you think in the comments.